wasn't supposed to make it here? Let's watch this YouTube video with Ash, man. Let's see what he's saying, bro.
ER right now, and the only thing I can think about is how we're at 998,000 subscribers, and the first thing that came into mind was, damn, I really hope I could still film videos. You know, I hope it's not too bad. I'm gonna be good though. Just how soon?
It's Ash 2013.
No way, man. This dude had a 2013 voice recording talking to himself, bro. 13 years ago?
12 right now. I'm just like, you know, bored. Filming YouTube video. Yeah, right now I have, I think, 59 subscribers. So, yeah, this is pretty much my life before I was famous. And we'll see what happens next.
Oh my God! What? For you guys, 10,000. It's March 1st, 2021. I got into Maryland, but I'm not going because I believe in myself. You know, I never thought that I'd celebrate hitting a mil with an arm sling on. I don't really know where to start. You know, my whole life has been honestly like super hard, but I always just managed to keep afloat and keep my head above the water. My early childhood was very unstable. All of this was never about me. Holy shit. Come on, we just started. Like, yo, I'm really doing it, you know? Like, that's all I ever wanted to do was just, yo, come on. I'm sitting here with a camera crying on a cliff. I'm not gonna jump, all right? I promise, someone's sneaking on me in the distance. I'm happy, it's good tears. This time, no tears. I'm good, all right? I can actually think now. What I'm about to share with you guys are things that I've never told, you know, another soul. And you're about to see bits and pieces of who I really am as a person that I've never got to show you guys or put out in the videos. I wanted to start with saying I was never supposed to make it here. Our childhood was really, really hard. It was even harder on my parents, which is really the main factor I even did all this to begin with. The person you guys see in front of you today was a completely different person a few years ago. For the majority of my teenage years up until adulthood, I struggled with anxiety. And I mean, I really, really struggled. You know, it consumed me for so long to the point where I wouldn't be able to do things because I was so in my head and so scared of everything. I remember as a kid, it wasn't always like this. And to take it back a bit, my family and I, you know, we're immigrants from the Middle East. We came from Yemen. It's a war-torn country, you know, and my entire upbringing, we had constantly worried about whether we were gonna have to go back overseas or not. And the majority of that worrying belonged to my parents, and, you know, and from a young age, they didn't know it, but I was so aware of it all. As a young kid, I would go into my parents' room, look through bills and see how much the rent was, because I knew we didn't have much, and I would look at bank receipts to see how much my dad had in his account. And I remember vividly as a kid, like looking in there, and you know, we had like a few $100 left at the end of like every month. But despite how hard our life was and how barely we were making it by, my parents never gave up. I was a really different kid from all those around me, and I knew that. Despite being just a little boy that just wanted to go out to the park and kick a ball with his friends and go out to the woods, I would always carry this crushing weight on my shoulders that no one put upon me but myself, to step up and make something happen. I didn't know what, but I always knew it was gonna be something. Growing up, I was the middle child and the only son. I grew up with an older sister and one younger sister, and now I have a 3-year-old sister, hence the car seat in the back. And she's a huge reason as to why I'm even, you know, here today, but we'll get into that. Obviously, I'd overhear fights, I'd overhear all the worries, I'd overhear all the struggles my parents went through, because I was just like a curious kid. I wanted to know everything. Life was super unstable, constantly moving around, place to place, state to state, but it was only until we settled in Maryland and I discovered YouTube, and I started watching that as an escape. You know, I was always a really creative and curious kid, and I had like the utmost belief that I could do anything. After watching these YouTubers, I remember thinking to myself, they make me so happy, and you know, I want to be able to make someone feel like this. And it was also a means of being able to put my creativity into something. I was so like infatuated with it, and that they were able to make a means of living, and so I started.
Sorry I haven't been posting lately. I've been too busy with YouTube, so if you want to see more of me, my YouTube's down. My name's Ash, and this is my YouTube channel. Do you have any idea?
Years ago, before this channel, I had a little channel I made videos with on my iPad mini, and I wish I still had those videos, but I deleted that channel a long time ago. I don't know why, but I was so invested in these videos, and I wouldn't do anything else but make them, you know? I remember thinking to myself, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is who I am. I never really voiced that though to my parents, because I knew, you know, immigrant parents. There was this burning, prominent belief I was gonna make it somewhere with these videos, but it was also at the same time impossible. I got a lot of shit for them in school, of course, at a young age, obviously. You know, it didn't really bother me too much, but things all changed for the worst once I started to grow up a little bit, and suddenly social anxiety started knocking at the door. And I don't know why or how, but I let him in. Actually, I didn't let him in. The motherfucker just walked in. How the f you get in here, huh? How'd you get in here? I struggled with it from middle school up until graduating high school, and it was only through starting this up again that I was able to dilute it. You know, I stopped making those videos during middle school and I didn't want to stand out and be an easy target, because I cared so much about what people had to say, what people thought of me. And you know, if you knew me, you know, and if I grew up with you, and if we were already close friends prior to the great anxiety shift, you knew me for a completely different person from what others who didn't knew me as. High school came around, and I genuinely would see a group of people at the end of the hallway, and I would take a different route. My high school years, I really wanted to fit in and have some kind of sense of belonging, you know, because I always felt like the odd one out my entire life. But I couldn't do that either, because I was just fearful of everything. If I cared about what people thought, I would walk past people and think to myself, do they think I look dumb right now? They're probably saying this. Are they laughing at me? Wait, did she just giggle? Wait, did he just do this? Did he do? You know, I would think the worst things at all times about myself, right? And it would constantly tear my confidence down, and it would hold me back from doing things that I wanted to do. And it's also weird because internally I had this confidence in myself when it came to, I knew I was good. I knew I could do things that other people could do, but when it came to doing it around other people, I couldn't. I was scared. I don't know why. I was scared of looking dumb. I was scared of not fitting in. I was scared of being myself.
Oh my God. Ooh, caught it again.
I would have struggled with the fact that I never used to be like that. I used to be this kid that was so ambitious and so capable and able. I was talented and I knew that I could do things that other people couldn't. But at the same time, no one ever got to see that because I was too scared to put it out to the world. But at the same time, I still had that distant voice in the caves of my consciousness to not forget that inner child dream. It was in there somewhere. I just didn't know how to find it. Towards the end of 2019 or so, I started posting on TikTok. And this is a time where it was weird if you had it or you were gay or whatever. I got so much shit for it in school. I would try to pretend like it didn't bother me, but it ate me up.
When you said the word gay, just right there, it felt like the Fousey Tube moment. I thought he was gonna have a Fousey Tube moment right there. Fousey was like, and I felt embarrassed. I felt gay. No. What I meant was, I thought he was gonna have one of those moments. Never mind. Anyways.
Up inside, you know. But everything changed when the quarantine hit. In 2020, I started really putting in my creativity into things, and like I took a chance because I mean I wasn't gonna see people in person anyway, so things started going really well. You know, I started getting good support online and the videos were going somewhere, but it wasn't really anything too real. But I remember people like switching up on me crazy, like, you know, the same people that would call me certain names or whatnot started asking me for advice and help, and I was never the type to be like, oh yeah, look at me now, like now you want my help. I never really cared about revenge. Revenge wasn't what drove me, you know. I figured people would shit on me and they weren't saying anything that I wasn't already saying and tenfold about myself internally anyway. It was never about anyone else but me, my family, and my inner child dream. So I just figured, oh, people just didn't know any better. Of course they were gonna shit on me, it's easy, I'm a target, you know. But it still bothered me so much. It was weird, I always had this like ongoing battle of trying to pretend like things didn't bother me, and in almost doing so, I was able to slowly but surely start to dilute that anxiety, but not just fully quite yet.
By the end of the year, I was taking a gap year from college, only to ease in the fact that I will not be going to college, to my father, and then going on to pursue YouTube full-time. Thank you.
Summer of 21, I graduated high school. I knew that I didn't want to go to school, and that was the most impossible future path that I possibly could have sought out for myself, given my family heritage, background, culture, everything, you know. Foreign parents, that's like, what? You think you're gonna make a living off that? That's not, you know? And that was really just, obviously out of fear. Imagine coming from a war-torn country, then your kid looks you in your eyes and says, I wanna make videos. Brother, if you don't pick up a textbook right now. The idea was really foreign to my parents, of course, and I remember when I was first brought up, you know, I kind of slipped it in there. I don't think I could put this on YouTube, but it's all from a place of love. My dad just wanted the best for me, and he didn't understand at the time that like you could really have a future from this. I never had a real serious conversation with my parents before, but I was able to build up all the courage that I had left. Sat my parents down, we talked for hours, and I mean hours, and through the grace of God, somehow I was able to convince them to just give me a year, give me a gap year. Just let me try. That same summer, after saving up a few dollars, working a detailing job, I was able to get a one-way ticket, flew to LA, where I stayed on the couch of one of my good friends. I did not have a plan. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I just didn't do it because I couldn't. I was too busy struggling to survive. I went from couch to couch. I remember sleeping in a warehouse attic for a few days, and then even to sleep on a floor for 4 months. And I didn't really gain much on
I think that he said he moved to LA just briefly with the money saved up. It just was couch surfing in 2021.
YouTube at all at the time. But what I really gained was the experience and the slow rising knowingness of the person that I was becoming, right? And I started to figure things out about myself. I might have posted like 3 videos that year. You know, it was definitely the hardest year of my life as a whole. I refused to go back home until I did, you know. Guys, I'm in Maryland now. I went back home for a little bit up until the end of 22, where I took another chance again and took a one-way ticket to Florida and started to make things happen. Anyone out in Florida, DM me on Instagram if we can stay at your place or not, because if not, we're just gonna be homeless. At this point, I was dead broke. Like, I had no money at all. Yo, I would eat canned food, right? Canned chicken. I would stay on the floor at friends' places that I met through this. You know, I slept in cars. It was only then was I able to start seeing a little bit of success on here. And it's crazy to think that I started like posting these kind of videos because, you know, I had like such bad anxiety. Through making these videos, it was like a perfect avenue for me. I saw it as a way putting my biggest fear possible in front of the whole world until one day I'm just not scared anymore. In order to grow, you had to undergo pain. And the pain was putting myself in those uncomfortable situations every single day.
That's facts, bro. You gotta put yourself through so many uncomfortable situations and shit, like of like where you want to be in life and the goals you have. But then, like, you know, there's like certain steps you gotta take, so you gotta keep on putting yourself through those uncomfortable positions to get to that point. And then at some point, like, you don't really like. It doesn't really faze you anymore. Like, you know, like he was dealing with anxiety and shit like that. And now he's interacting with people and, you know, having fun, conversating, whatever, being himself. You know, you got to go through that phase of just being uncomfortable and just keep on pushing through. And then next thing you know, you're just like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Like, that was actually a lot easier than I thought.
Talking to strangers at first was really uncomfortable for me.
Don't
right?
worry, Ed, I got room for you on the East Coast.
Too, and I tried to find the fun in it, and I started learning more about, you know, people in general, and I realized like every single person out there is already in their own head. They don't really have much space for you to be in there. So when you're walking past that group of people, they are not thinking about you. They're all thinking about their own worries, about their own problems, and we're so naive and self-centered as people in general to think that when I do something embarrassing that person's gonna think about me forever. Sure, they might look, they might glance the same way you might look if someone slips and falls, but are you gonna think about it for the rest of the day? No. We're so stuck on allowing our own fears of what people might think of us to the point where we're unable to become the people we dream of one day becoming.
I gotta grind out YouTube more.
At that point, I had sacrificed every single little thing in my life, and I mean everything. Physical and mental health, relationships, whether that was platonic or romantic, family, etc. The day that I held her and connected with her for the first time was the day that I shifted gears. There's this new life in the picture, and I wanted to make sure that she never has to worry about any of the things that I did when I was a kid. That's when I really started to turn up. Oh my God! Damn, I'm gonna start crying, bro. That's crazy. That's really cool. Do 100,000 of you really like the videos? You guys really like me for real? Regardless of all the pain and suffering, the fear, the daily battles I had with myself, you know, the doubt, through all the sleepless nights, the hungry days, all the tears and everything that I put into, and through your guys' help, but most importantly through God, we were able to somehow make it here. When every single odd on paper was against us. And to that I say, thank you, and I'm forever grateful and thankful to have you guys be a part of this journey. And I want you guys to know that I'm hungrier now than ever. This milestone is merely only a door of many doors through this hallway of life that I'll be going through and unlocking. I want to bring you guys all the way. And as for my parents, I've been thinking of surprising them with a gift. You know, it's not really the smartest financial thing to do right now, but when they were struggling, they still made it happen. $10,000. I've never held this much cash before. This looks crazy. So it was kind of hard to convince them to get on camera, especially my dad. But I told them, like, if they can give you guys words of encouragement in honor of me hitting 1 million subs. And I can already guess what their reaction is gonna be. I know my dad, he's gonna be like fake nonchalant, try to be like, oh, my money doesn't faze me, and then, you know, just stay locked in, thank God, and stuff like that. Inside, he's probably like super emotional. But my mom, she's either gonna cry on the spot or have no idea what to say, like be speechless, maybe crack a joke or two and like hold her tears in, or maybe off camera she'll probably like start bawling or something. This is merely a gift of gratitude. The only other time I've ever given someone this much money was my first filmer, shout out to him, but that wasn't even on camera. This is crazy. The fact that I'm able to do this, thank you guys, like, thank you for making this possible. Ready? Say, say hi.
Hi.
Talk to them right there.
Hi.
1 million subscribers. How do you guys feel?
Really happy for you, since this is it was your goal. Amount of subscribers and followers, this is one thing, especially the last maybe 6 or 7 or 8 months. You chose. Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. What do you want to say?
No, nothing. It's so dumb. It's just 6-7 when I فتح the joke.
Okay, cut out. على من جديد.
The mom knows the 6-7 joke? The heck? His mom knows the 6-7 joke. My mom has no clue.
Yeah. I'm happy.
That's all.
Do you have Google Translate? Just say it however you want it. What would you say to people watching at home if they have a dream? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah, you follow your
Don't
step.
give up. Don't give up in your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are the good example for that. For
Because one day you can do
how
this.
many years now? Like 3 years or 4
Maybe
years.
like 10 years.
Is this for mama?
This is for Mama and Baba.
No way.
Yeah.
No, don't do this. Really?
Baba is for the video. بعدين يرجعها للبنك.
No. Allah, it's for you guys. 10,000.
For what?
Because, you know,
No, Baba.
it's supposed to be a house right now, but we're gonna get there eventually. This is just the first step, okay?
Okay.
So-
Put it back in your bank account, Baba.
No, this
Once
is for
you
you
get
guys.
inshallah $1 million, then
No.
I'm serious, wallah. No, it's not for the video. Put it back in your bank account.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
Allah, I'm serious.
No,
Okay?
this is for you guys. Shukran. I'm gonna let you hold it.
Oh, أشرف حبيبي.
Here, give it to him. Say surprise.
Bye.
Lost all the words. Seriously, Ashraf, you surprised me.
Okay, here.
Expect this. I didn't expect this. May Allah barak lak يعني في كل شيء إن شاء الله. الله سبحانه وتعالى يبارك لك.
This is not sponsor money. This is nothing. This is my money directly. So, can you guys start crying and tell them, yo, buy the merch? Go get that right now so that this can come back. But like cry, so it's like emotional. No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be a house one day,
This is
but
the best.
this is just the
This
beginning.
is the best merch ever. Of good quality.
Right? Is it?
Okay. Maybe.
Right?
Hey, it's Ash 2026. I'm now 23 years old, and you ended up sticking to it. We're now at 1 million subs. And if younger me could hear this, he'd probably say I told you so. But as for future me, just keep writing. You know, the story is far from finished. It's only a chapter that's been turned. And you have so many chapters with milestones in them to come. So make sure you keep that pen up, because it just started getting good, and it's only gonna get better.
Wow. What a video. That was well put together, man. Yo, I'm proud of him. Congrats to him, bro. And inshallah, bro, may he bless his parents with a house someday, man.